everyone, Aria here. I am on location at our 45th Street Fargo store, and I'm going to be doing a quick review slash first look at the new Simply Wicked line. It's been out for a little while, but thanks to Jen at Wicked, sent Basex, Jade, and myself the full Simply line. So that's 4 different lubricants. There's an aqua jelly, hybrid, and hybrid jelly. I have tried 2 of them, and I'll be reviewing those 2, and the other 2 I have not tried, so I'll be giving you my first impressions. What makes the Simply line unique is that it is glycerin and propylene glycol free. So I'll give you a look at the beautiful packaging that comes with it. So this is their Simply Aqua. This is just a regular liquid water-based lubricant. Beautiful, beautiful. It also has olive leaf extract, and the cool thing about olive leaf extract is that anything that's not really supposed to be in your body, it'll kind of encapsulate it until it gets pushed out of your body. So they put it in a bunch of their lubricants, and it makes it just a really unique kind of bonus, if you will. As some of you know, I'm super sensitive, so most lubricants on the market I can't use without getting an infection. So when Wicked came out with the Simply line, I was really excited to get my hands on it, and Jade and I don't buy lube. Between all of the different manufacturers that we interact with, we are given a bunch of lube, and when Simply came out, we actually bought the Simply Hybrid Jelly to use for our own personal use. And again, we don't buy lube, so that tells you how good this stuff is. So the ones that we've actually tried at home are the Simply Aqua, which is the liquid, and the Simply Hybrid Jelly. So these are the 2 that we have tried already. And then the 2 that I'm going to be giving you my first impressions on is the Simply Hybrid Liquid and the Aqua Jelly. So getting started, I'll talk to you about the Simply Aqua Liquid. So I'm going to get all up and close and personal. It's got a locking cap at the top, so you don't have to worry about any messes coming home. And then it's got a measured pump. So let me get it going here. You do have to prime the pump. And 1 pump, I would say, is a lot of lubricant. Now, because it is a liquid, it is really runny. So if I hold my hand like this, you can see it running down my thumb. It's really, really, really light, and it's really, really, really soft, and I'm now making a mess. So I'm gonna rub it over both hands. As you can see, it goes for a really long time. There's no stickiness, which I don't have time for sticky lubes. It just doesn't feel good. I would say if you're gonna be using this, start with a little bit, because I did a full pump and there's still like lube all over my hands, even trying to rub it into my skin. So I would say start with 1/4 of a pump or even 1/2 a pump if you're feeling adventurous. So overall, this is a lube that I personally use for vaginal use. Now, if you like something that is thicker, or if you're looking for something that is good for anal, this is my new favorite anal lube, and I will show you why, because she is thick. So let's see if I can get that in camera. So she comes out in this beautiful little glob, and as you can see, it's not going anywhere. You put it in place and it stays there. So you can see, look at that cushion. It feels like slime, you know, that trendy thing that kids do. That's what it feels like, and it's nice and just thick and cushy. And the cool thing about hybrid lubricants is that it's a mixture of water-based and silicone. So it means it's still safe with your silicone toys, but it's a lot easier to clean up than silicone lubricants by itself. When you rub it in, it still has a really good cushion. It doesn't turn into like a liquid like some jellies do. It still stays jelly even when you apply friction. And then I can rub it into my skin. Fun fact, the main ingredient in most lotions is silicone and water. So I always like to think of hybrid lubricants as like lotion for your intimate areas. So yeah, just like arguably the best anal lube on the market. First impressions now, I'm gonna jump into the Simply Aqua Jelly. So it has a lot to compete with how much of a fan I am of the hybrid jelly. So let's see if I can get this on camera. Okay, so first impressions, it does feel a little lighter than the hybrid jelly. Also, it's more clear. So the hybrid jelly is a bit more opaque, which I find interesting. It's still nice and thick. It looks like a water droplet, but it's not quite as thick as the hybrid. It does have a good cushion to it. I probably shouldn't have done that big of a glob because my hands are already covered in lubricant, and that's just my life now. Mixed it on both hands. Okay, really, really, really soft. Still has a nice cushion to it. Okay, let's do a taste test. It tastes a little bit sweet with a kind of bitter aftertaste. So it's not necessarily like a flavored lubricant, but it wouldn't be a big deal if you used it as an oral lubricant, like when you're receiving or giving oral sex, so that's not bad. And it's still lasting a long time. It's a little bit stickier than the Simply Aqua Liquid, but overall, pretty decent lube. Okay. Oh, and then I got lube all over my bottle. Okay, cool, cool. I'm gonna wipe my hands on my pants because I didn't think to grab paper towels. All right, and then to wrap things up, I'm gonna grab the Simply Hybrid Liquid, and I don't know if you can see this right off the bat. They're very different. So the Simply Aqua Liquid is clear, and the Simply Hybrid Liquid is like opaque. So I think that's really interesting. It still has the lockable bottle, which I really like. So oh, Tessa grabbed me paper towels. Thank you. I'm so messy. So it still has the measured pump. I'm not gonna pump as much this time as we saw what happened last time, but still lockable. So if I push down, it's not gonna move at all. If I do this, it does start to move. So I'm gonna prime the pump. Does take a little bit of priming. Come on. Okay, there we go. So I'm gonna there we go. I'm not very good at getting this on camera. I'm sorry, y'all. So it is thicker than the Simply Aqua Liquid, but not as thick as the Simply Aqua Jelly. So I didn't get too much of it. The little ribbons. It definitely feels, ooh, I like that. I don't know how to describe this. It's velvety smooth. It's not, how do I words? I really like this. It feels like natural lubrication when you're properly hydrated and your pH is like perfectly balanced. That's what it feels like. It's not gonna be too thick, it's not too thin, it's not gonna be acidic, it's not gonna be salty, it's not clumpy. It's just like the ideal vaginal lubrication. Wow, alrighty. Now I'm gonna have a hard time picking out which one of these four is my favorite. I'm gonna do a quick taste test. Okay, so this one's a little bit more bitter than the Simply Aqua Liquid version. It's got a bit of an aftertaste. But yeah, it's a lot more bitter, so I wouldn't recommend this one as a flavored lube. So if you're wanting one that you can use during oral sex, get the Simply Aqua Liquid. So thickness-wise, the thinnest is the Simply Aqua Liquid, then the Simply Hybrid Liquid, then the Aqua Jelly, then the Simply Aqua Hybrid. Blah, blah, blah. So I would say, I think that for anal sex, the Simply Hybrid Jelly is still my favorite, but I think I'm actually gonna change my vote for the my favorite vaginal lubrication, which would now be the Simply Hybrid Liquid. For like strokers and masturbation, I would probably go with the Simply Aqua Jelly. And I realize now that most of this video was probably really confusing because I was saying Simply Hybrid and Simply Aqua like 10 million times. So I know it might be a little hard to keep track of, and I'm sorry. If you have any questions at all about any of the lubricants that I just talked about, message me. You can just go to the Basex Facebook page and just hit that message button. Be like, hey, you mentioned that this one's good for masturbation or this one's good for anal. I'd be like, oh yeah, it's this one. Or if you are in the area, you can stop by any of the Enchantises locations. That's Fargo, Minneapolis, and Alabama, and all 5 stores have the Simply line from Wicked. So thank you very much for listening to me ramble. We are going to be doing more reviews in the future. I don't know what we're going to be reviewing yet, but we'll keep you posted. Thanks for watching. Bye.